Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. No set return date for Man United ace after latest Ten Hag fitness update. Erik Ten Hag has admitted Luke Shaw still isn't ready to make his return to the first team as the left back continues his recovery from injury. Shaw, who hasn't played for United since February, was selected as part of England's squad for Euro 2024 and featured in the latter rounds, including the final. It appeared the 29-year-old would be available from the start of the campaign, but he picked up a calf injury during preseason, and a return doesn't appear to be imminent. Shaw's injury has left United without a recognized left back, as Tyrell Malacia has been out with a knee injury for over a year. Diogo Dalot has been deputizing in the position and hasn't done a bad job, although he did struggle in Saturday's victory against Southampton. United will be keen to have Shaw back in action, and speaking ahead of the EFL Cup tie against Barnsley on Tuesday evening, Ten Hag provided an update on the England international's fitness. He said, "He is progressing well. Of course, we have a plan in our head when he can be ready, but you're always dependent on how the progress will go. You can't make a suggestion because there are so many factors. A plan can accelerate or slow down." Shaw isn't the only player who won't feature against Barnsley, as the United boss also revealed that the trio of Rasmus Højlund, Mason Mount and Victor Lindelof are still unavailable. The left back, who has been at Old Trafford since 2014, is under contract until 2027 and has made 275 appearances for the Red Devils to date. During his time at the club, Shaw has won the FA Cup, Europa League and League Cup twice, but will be keen to add more silverware to the cabinet this season as United look to land a third trophy in 3 seasons. Erik Ten Hag says Antony is not being selected because others have the best chemistry. Erik Ten Hag says Antony must fight for his place in the Manchester United team. Speaking ahead of the Carabo Cup clash, the manager was asked, "It's been a difficult start for Antony, played just a couple of minutes. How has his attitude been in training?" Ten Hag shook his head a little as he responded via manunited.com. He is fighting for his position, and that's what we expect from every player who isn't in the squad at Manchester United, what they should do. Asked if Antony's price tag weighs heavily on him as he sees academy stars picked ahead of him, the manager replied, "But that's professional football, top football. Those are the laws. You pick the team where you think you have the most chance to win a game, so the players have to fight for the positions. You pick the 11 who have the best dynamic and the best chemistry. There are two players who have developed, and we are happy with that, from the academy, young players into the squad, into the selection, and now he has to bounce back. He has the abilities to do it. So if he is doing the right thing, he can make competition with them." Another reporter asked if the Brazilian is some way off where Ten Hag needs him to be. Ten Hag said, "No, I think the other players are doing so well. They are contributing, so we have Ahmad, Garnacho, very effective, Rashford scoring at the weekend. So Antony has to earn the right in training, but with the others doing really well, so he has to get over them." Asked if the player was unhappy about the situation, Ten Hag said, "Of course, he is impatient, he wants to play, and he is fighting to play." ESPN pundit slams Man United boss Erik Ten Hag for his decision. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has been criticized for his decision to not start Manuel Ugarte against Southampton. The Red Devils managed to beat the Suns 3-0 after an earlier scare when the host won a penalty, which was eventually saved by Andre Onana. However, with goals from Matthias de Ligt, Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho, Ten Hag's side comfortably won the match in the end against the newly promoted side. Ugarte was expected to start the match, but the manager decided to keep him on the bench and introduced him in the second half. ESPN pundit Shaka Hislop has slammed Ten Hag's decision to not start the new signing in a relatively easier match. Speaking on ESPN FC's YouTube channel, Hislop stated that Ten Hag should have started the midfielder in this match, as adapting in the more difficult fixtures moving forward will be tough for the former PSG midfielder. He said, "For me, why not stick Ugarte in? You are not going to go long term with Christian Eriksen, you are not going to go long term with Casemiro, and it's about a weaker opponent in Southampton, which they were. I don't get it. And the reason to say I don't get it is to start the season. He brings in Mazraoui and De Ligt. He starts with Mazraoui with no question, and I'm not on the training ground, so I'm not exactly seeing what Ten Hag is saying. But if you are willing to throw players straight in, and those two signed days before the opening day of the season or the Community Shield, go ahead and throw those players in. You've got Southampton away, throw them in at the deep end and just let him bed himself in for a slightly tougher test in Crystal Palace, and then whatever else is to come. I just don't get the kind of reluctant to take that gamble. Man United keen on signing Bayern Munich star, who is upset at Allianz Arena. According to The Sun, Manchester United and West Ham United are interested in signing Bayern Munich midfielder Leon Goretzka. The German midfielder is upset at the Allianz Arena because of his lack of playing time at the club. The German Giants have preferred Alexander Pavlovich as their main midfielder in that position, and the signing of Joao Palhinha has pushed him further down the pecking order at the club. As per the report, both Man United and West Ham, as well as other clubs, could make a move for the midfielder if they find out that he is certain to leave Bayern Munich. The player's contract at the club will expire in 2026, which makes it highly likely that the club will cash in on him next year. The 29-year-old Goretzka has played just 5 minutes of football this season, and Bayern have performed well in his absence. They have won all the matches this season under the leadership of a new manager, Vincent Kompany. The club's sporting director, Max Eberl, is surprised with Goretzka's disappointment, as he has revealed that the player was made aware of the pecking order at the club in the preseason. Eberl said the following: "We communicated very clearly from the start. Lyon knew that we were relying on Pavlovich, and that we would bring in Palinja and that Kimmich would play more in the center again. We've also said that when Lyon is there and ready to face the situation, he will be treated completely normally. Lyons is a great guy. I like him a lot, even though he's obviously upset at the moment. I understand that too, but that's part of life in football." The player's wages could hinder his move to the Premier League though, with the midfielder reportedly earning around £273,000 a week. The player has enjoyed an illustrious career with the club, having won 5 Bundesliga titles and a Champions League title. It's highly unlikely to see him win his place back in the team, so a move away from the Allianz Arena is the ideal option for his career. Man United are hoping to beat Liverpool to the signing of a German attacker. Manchester United are set to be involved in the race to sign talented young attacker with the Premier League rivals Liverpool. The Red Devils are looking to further reinforce their squad next year, even after heavily spending in the transfer market this summer. The new Man United hierarchy-backed manager Erik Ten Hag to make additions to the squad this summer in the attacking midfield and defensive positions. They plan to make more attacking signings, and they have identified Borussia Dortmund attacker Karim Adimi as their target. According to Vigaches, Man United are keen on a move for Ademi, and they will face competition from Liverpool. The striker is attracting interest from a number of Premier League clubs, including Newcastle United. The 22-year-old is still not the finished product, but his talent has been noticed by some of the biggest clubs in the world. If he decides to move to the Premier League in the near future, he will not be short of options. Adeyemi is a versatile player who can play in all the positions in the front line. He is naturally a central attacker, but he has been used as a left forward and right forward by Dortmund. He can add versatility to the Man United attack and offer them a new dimension. The player can be convinced to move to Man United, but the Red Devils will struggle to convince Dortmund to part ways with the attacker. Liverpool will hope to win the race against Man United to sign the attacker who will fit well in Arne Slot's attacking philosophy at Anfield. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.